G'day folks, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's February 17, 2024. This is the gold technical analysis. We're also going to be covering some other ETFs and shares, including SPDR Gold Shares, Newmont Mining, iShares Gold Trust, Barrick Gold and Direction Daily Junior. Just be mindful we're in a bearish trend at the moment, but there is a few divergences to be looking out for. And also we're introducing a new indicator added to help you identify tops and bottoms. So just like everything, these indicators are not 100%, but it's an extra step to help with your trading strategy. I'm going to go through these charts pretty quickly. I'm going to try and summarize the main changes from the last updates. So what we have, I'll just introduce the commodity price for gold first, and I'm going to go through the same process for each chart. Subsequently, a lot quicker, but so this is the commodity price. We've got the weekly, daily and hourly, and you can see here we've got the ADX 25, which is showing a bullish trend. The CCI 400, it's showing a somewhat, probably a flat neutral trend. And the CCI 150, which is our divergence indicator, showing currently a bearish trend or bearish divergence on the weekly versus higher highs on the price. So we may see the gold price fall off further based on the weekly. On the daily, likewise, we've got the ADX showing a bearish trend at the moment. You can see it's slightly, the price is slightly dropping. The CCI 400 also accompanies that, and that's also dropping. And the CCI 150, no divergence showing on the daily. On the hourly, we've got the slight bullish movement on the ADX, a bullish movement on the CCI 400, and a bullish divergence on the CCI 150. So again, I'm going to follow the same process for all these charts. So I'm going to go fairly quick so I don't bore you too much. Now, as well, I've added these three new charts for each of the instruments. This is the weekly, daily and hourly as well on the commodity price. And what we've got down here is the multiple indicator, which I've introduced to the strategy, and that's all, and it's attached in the description below with the video there if you want to look at it further and how to build it. But I'll just explain to you how it's used. So basically, when these little spikes break above the +3, it's showing there it's a time to sell, possibly. You can see there, and preferably when there's clusters of these, it gives you a better indication. Sometimes they're false breaks, but I'll show you how to use it more accurately especially when there's a divergence. When it breaks, you can see there, when it breaks above the +3, it's a buy signal. When it breaks below the -3, it's a sell signal potentially. But as you can see there, it gives a few sell signals before giving you a couple of long signals. So that's a false break, and you pretty much ignore those. That's on the weekly. So at the moment, we're showing bearish outlook with a break below the -3 in the current week. On the daily, you can see there, typically they alternate between going short and going long. You can see there it sort of roller coasts up and down, and that's where you try to use them in a conjunction with a bearish or a bullish divergence. So you can see back here on the daily, there was a bullish movement on the price. If I go back to the daily chart, that was a bullish movement on the price, and that was showing a CCI 150 was showing a bearish momentum, meaning we're going to expect the price to drop off. So if I go back to the momentum or multiple indicator chart, again with that bullish movement on the price and the CCI showing a bearish movement, that coincides with these clusters of red arrows, and that's how we'd use it. So it just confirms that there is, as well as the divergence, there's also a lot of potential for it to drop based on these spikes going to the minus and breaking the -3 value, hence those clusters of red arrows. On the daily of the commodity price, more recently we had a bullish divergence. I'll go back to this chart, so you can see there's a bullish divergence on that versus the price. And on this multiple indicator chart, you can see there's a lot of blue arrows indicating a bullish momentum, and eventually did break up in conjunction with this bullish divergence. They actually went up and went as far as a 61% level of that Fibonacci range, and that's always a key area to look out for. If it breaks much higher than a 61, we're going to see a reversal. In this case, it may actually retrace back down to the downside if it doesn't break above that 61%. So again, I'll go through these fairly quick. Next, we've got SPDR Gold Shares. That's ticker GLD. Again, I'll highlight the main differences or the main highlights. So again, neutral to somewhat sideways on the weekly, bearish on the daily, and also somewhat bullish to neutral also on the hourly. You can see there it's bounced off that minor support. On the multiple indicator charts, again you can see there on the weekly there's a lot of red candles up there, so potentially we're going to see further declines. Likewise on the daily, and on the hourly we might see a bit of a retrace to the upside in the short term. Next we look at Newmont Mining, ticker is NEM on the New York Stock Exchange. So you can see here it's actually got a bullish divergence on the weekly chart, even though the overall trend is bearish. So we may see a bounce off that support at 31.61. Off the daily, there are no divergence, but again it's bouncing off that potentially the 31.61 support, but it's bearish at the moment, the trend. And we've got a bullish divergence on the hour chart. So bullish on the weekly and bullish on the hourly. What that looks like on the multiple indicator charts, you can see there the chart's showing a couple of bullish blue candles, meaning blue arrows, meaning a potential bounce in conjunction with that divergence. On the daily, likewise, and on the hourly, no bullish arrows showing as yet. Next one we've got is iShares Gold Trust, IAU. So let's just give it a minute to repopulate. There we go. So on the weekly, somewhat bearish on the bullish on the ADX, bearish on the CCI 400. So we've got potentially we've got a bearish divergence there, maybe. I'm not sure what that is. No, that's not a bearish divergence. I'm going to delete that. That's not right. Don't know how that got in there. On the daily, it's a bearish outlook. It's bounced off that resistance. And on the hourly, it's retracing back to the upside. No divergence to talk of, so bearish on that one as well. On the multiple indicators, you can see there we've got, on the weekly, got a lot of red arrows indicating potential drop. On the daily, likewise. And on the hourly, we may see a bounce to the upside. We've got a few blue arrows supporting the push up, and no red candles yet to talk of. Although just be mindful the weekly and the daily are showing bearish movement. Next, we've got Barrick Gold, ABX. So it's bearish on the weekly, although we've got a bullish divergence on the CCI 150 and a double bottom on the price. We've got pretty much a double bottom on the CCI 150 and a double bottom on the price as well on the daily. And on the hourly, we've got a bullish divergence. You can see there the CCI 150 rising versus lower lows on the price. We had a bearish divergence back there on the daily as well. So if we jump to the multiple indicator charts, again, it's only showing us bullish arrows on the weekly, bearish so far, and still on the daily, no bullish arrows yet on the daily. You can see there where there was a bearish divergence, there were a lot of red clusters of red arrows indicating a decline, and it actually did that. And on the hourly, we did say there's a bullish divergence, and you can see there's all these blue arrows indicating a further move to the upside. Next we've got Direction Daily, and the ticker is JNUG. So on the weekly, got a somewhat neutral to bearish movement on the weekly chart, and we've possibly got a bullish divergence because those lows are higher than that previous low. On the daily, we've got a double bottom on the daily CCI 150 versus lower lows on the price chart, and the momentum is showing bearish momentum. And on the hourly, bearish movement on the indicators here, and no sign of divergence on the hourly. So again, if we jump to the multiple indicator charts for JNUG, we've got a lot of blue candles at the double bottom here on the weekly, which indicates possibly a bounce to the upside. We've got that bullish divergence on the daily, and again, one solitary arrow. And on the hourly, we've got all these blue arrows indicating a bounce further to the upside, even though there's no divergence. So again, they're not conclusive 100% guaranteed they're going to bounce, but we're just indicating with all probabilities combining the various indicators. So just an economic outlook for gold analysis. If the inflation data, continued high inflation could bolster gold's safe haven appeal. If the Federal Reserve policy, further interest rate hikes could dampen gold's attractiveness, and geopolitical developments, escalating tensions or unforeseen events could trigger significant price swings. So again, just be mindful of the bearish trends and watch for those divergence. And also hope you got something out of the new indicator added with the multiple indicator, identifying tops and bottoms potentially. Let me know what you think, and feel free to subscribe, add any comments, and if you want to get further information regarding some share scan each week, subscribe to the Patreon page. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.